Hello, Cubs fans. We are back. It's been a while. I am your host, Nick Hudson, joined by Rich Eberwine, Tyler Edmonds. We're going to talk some baseball. It has been quite some time. I'm excited to talk all things off season. But before we get into any of that, gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
I think the Brewers' hatred will never leave my veins, but I'm officially recovered from our loss in Game 5. It only took about a
Big
month,
words.
month and a half, but uh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for this offseason. I think it's going to surprise some people, but there's a lot of rumors going around, but we're here to break it down, and I'm excited.
I'm good, man. I miss it. I miss it so much. I just can't wait for it to start back up again. But like Rich said, we're here to cut down all the rumors, all the bull crap that we've been seeing on Twitter and everything, or X, or whatever you want to call it. We're here to tell you which ones are right and which ones are wrong. And here it's been, like you said, Nick. It's been a minute. It's good to see you guys.
It's been a minute, and there is a void in my soul without baseball. Life just feels different. You got football, you got basketball, you got the NHL. It's not the same. You can combine all those sports, and you still just don't get that feeling of baseball. It hurts every year, and it never gets easier. But what makes it easier is talking off season with you guys. It's super fun. We already had some big news even before we hit December, where I don't know, I was a little surprised. I don't know about you guys, but Shota Imanaga accepts qualifying offer. It was an awesome thing to get on my phone the other day. I saw the notification and I was like, "What? No way! Shota's back." I had kind of already accepted the fact that one of my favorite personalities on the Chicago Cubs is going to be gone, and now he's back. So that was pretty cool. But I've seen, mixed things. I saw another post talking about how this kind of throws off the Cubs' plan, so to speak. But, what did you guys think of it?
I'm like you. I was a little surprised because I thought at first, before the offseason started, I thought it was a sure thing that Shota was coming back. And then when the thought crossed my mind and you read into his contract, which his contract was confusing as hell, by the way. But when you seen where things looked like it was going, Shota was going to go to test free agency, I thought, well, he's not coming back, not happening. And then for him to accept the qualifying offer, like you said, Nick, I was surprised because I thought that, okay, they got to get two pitchers now. They got to get two arms because we got to replace Shota, and we got to add an arm with a capital A. But yeah, I was a little surprised, and yes, he wasn't as good as his rookie season. He had his moments, especially in the second half. Wasn't his best. Wasn't even used that much in the playoffs. But yeah, he takes the 1 year, $22 million offer, and who knows? Maybe he's a little pissed off. Maybe he wants to show everybody, hey, I've got it. There's a reason that I picked this team, and I've got it, and I'm going to show you guys this year. Maybe that's the case, but yeah, I was a little surprised.
I think it was a coin toss when the qualifying offer came into play. Because on the one hand, you would think he could get more than $22 million on the open market. But I think on the other hand, maybe he wasn't willing to test the waters because of the upcoming lockout. Maybe teams weren't, he didn't want to roll the dice on a team willing to give him a multi-year contract after the second half that he had, like you just said, Tyler. And, to the point where he was regressing enough where the Cubs didn't even use him in an elimination game at the end of the series. So, maybe he took all this into account and was like, all right, I'll just take this sure thing, pay bump to $22 million. And worst case scenario, even if I don't pitch well, I can just go pitch in Japan when the lockout is happening.
Bingo. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to. I hope he pitches well enough that he would earn himself a contract if there wasn't a lockout in 27. But I think he will go to Japan for one season and then come back and be a hot commodity.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it kind of makes sense from that perspective for Shota. And then for the Cubs, you have Shota back, on a 1-year deal. They obviously weren't willing to commit 3 years to him, but so, 1 year, 22 million. It's not a huge hit to the payroll because it's still relatively low by the Cubs standards. 190 million is where the projected payroll is. That's taking into account like salary arbitration projections and stuff. So they should still have some room to play with here in the offseason. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one less starter that you need. You still need another starter, in my opinion.
No, I agree with you there. How much do you think? It's interesting you brought up the Japan point. How much do you think plays into a player enjoying his team and his environment to accept the qualifying offer? Do you think Shota kind of figured, I love being a Cub. Why would I, change that when I could just take this money now and just, like you said, pitch in Japan the next year during the lockout?
I think he saw that opportunity as I'm going to take as much money as I possibly can right now.
Yeah.
22 plus million. I mean, yeah, he could have possibly got 3 years. Whatever, what was the Cubs? What was the Cubs like the team option? Was it like 3 years, 50 million, 50-ish million or
I
something?
think it was 53.
I think he saw this as, hey, I can take 22 million guaranteed right now, and I can go back to Japan if I want to and be the man in 27 and come right back after all this is said and done, when they figured out their issues and stuff like that, and still make a pretty good contract. But I wonder, do you guys think, and we're just sitting here spitballing about Shota, do you think there will be multiple pitchers that, let's say they're entering their contract season this year? Do you think we'll see several pitchers go to Japan just to, one, stay loose and stay like just, in their routine of pitching during that season, and two, to try to build up their stock for the next season?
I think if there's any time that would be possible, it's next off season because, we've had so much time where it's like a kind of a foregone conclusion that there will be a lockout. So I do feel like there's a lot of players as well, like planning for that outcome, which is unfortunate to say as a baseball fan because that just means everybody knows that there's not going to be games.
We're going to have to figure out how to watch those games too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to wake up. We'll have to do what we did last year during opening day. We'll all be waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, literally just to get some baseball in. Yeah, no, that's a good point. It will be interesting to see just the entire offseason how things play out, knowing that there will be a lockout in 2027. It's kind of just a foregone conclusion at this point that that's going to happen, and how our owner is going to treat this, how our players going to treat this. The strategy could be very different opposed to other off seasons. So it's a move that I think probably was because of that. So, but I'm happy to have Shota back regardless. I think that, like Tyler said, he could be pissed off. He can kind of say, well, I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove you wrong, that I should have gotten that, team option there. And if he could just keep the ball on the ground, he's a different pitcher. He was just running into some issues where he was giving up a lot of hard hits and a lot of home runs, and
for sure,
when you do that,
and there was times last year, especially in the first part of the season, there was times where we were on here and all of us were saying, hey, middle of the summer, that fly ball that Shota just gave up, that's a home run middle of the summer. And true. I think it may have even been a case of the ballpark finally, you get to the middle of the summer and fall, and the park plays differently. And I think it played differently, definitely for Shota.
Caught up with him for sure. No, I think you're right. And I think that he can turn some things around. And you got to remember the pitching lab that they have this information now. They know what they need to do to tweak it and make him maybe a little bit better of a pitcher, and not give up the fly ball home runs like he was. So it'll be interesting to see for sure. But in regards to, Shota Imanaga, one more arm now, right? Not two, one, because Shota's there. So going into free agency, would you guys agree that that's probably the biggest pressing issue is getting another high level arm?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's probably the main priority this offseason is signing one of the starting pitchers on the market. Just because it is such a deep starter market this offseason. And like I said before, they have the payroll to do it. And that was their clear need this offseason, or this postseason, I should say. They were one starter short. Obviously they were dealing with injuries to Justin Steele and Cade Horton, but, you just would have felt 10 times better if you had one of those veteran durable arms in the rotation. And there's a couple of guys on the market right now that check those boxes that the Cubs have already been rumored to be in on this offseason. They can afford, and they're not afraid to lose a draft pick because they're going to get one back with Kyle Tucker refusing his qualifying offer. So it's going to be a wash. I think it just makes all the sense in the world. And Jed Hoyer said at the GM meetings that this offseason is going to be focused on pitching. You could interpret that as, well, yes, they need to reconstruct their entire bullpen because the only guy who's not a free agent is Daniel Palencia, essentially. But still, I think there's smoke on those starting pitching rumors. And yeah, I would not be shocked if they made a decent splash this offseason in that market.
I mean, like it. I want a horse.
Yeah,
we need a not just in, as much as I hate to say it, and like we talked about in the pre-show, I feel like they're gonna do a similar thing that they did last year and getting guys like Matthew Boyd and Colin Ray and stuff like that. Do you think there's any possibility we keep seeing all these things about who they're going to sign and everything like that? Is there a possibility that they don't sign an arm and they maybe trade for an arm?
I think that's definitely possible. 100%.
Because I know, like at the trade deadline, everybody was talking about Alcantara and Joe Ryan. I know a lot of guys here were on our show. We're talking Joe Ryan and Mackenzie Gore. He's a guy that I think he's an ace in the making. Logan Webb. No, I'm just kidding. But
that's the pie in the sky one.
But yeah, I'm like you said, Rich. They've got to get another big arm. And I think Dylan Cease fits that bill. I know our guy Bobby, he's big on Michael King. They've got to do something. They can't bring back the same rotation and they have to do something else. And I know Justin Steele's coming back. And the thing with that, though, is he's not going to start the season. I think, what was it, Rich? 2 months at least?
Yeah. So from what I saw, it's like within the first 2 months is like his best case scenario of coming back. The way I see that is like, then you have to view this offseason or this upcoming season as like whatever you get out of Steele is kind of gravy,
because like he comes back, let's just say in June, right? You don't just let the rain, you just don't let him go, like he was in like last season and the season before, right?
Yeah.
It's just not, it doesn't work like that. We all know that. It's going to be similar to how Cade Horton was this season. He's going to be on a leash a little bit.
That's what you have to do. Yeah.
And so, like you said, Rich, it's whatever we can get out of him in the time that he has and the innings that he has is great. And if that's the case, wouldn't you want to wait till later in the season? So I even look at it as if Steele comes back, great. It would probably be better if it was late in the season, but you've got to have other arms anyways, because guys, history has proven the last 3 freaking seasons that these pitchers have basically gassed out by the middle of September.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. And a lot of it could be the fact you look at guys like they had last season, guys that aren't used to maybe starting a full season. Colin Ray, even Matthew Boyd. You look at Matthew Boyd, his second half really wasn't that good. Hell, maybe even showed it a little bit. So get a guy that's done it, even if it causes you to spend a little bit more money. That's,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
what I think they should do. Yeah.
Dylan
he's
Cease
workhorse.
fits that bill to a T. I mean, he's coming off 5 straight seasons of at least 32 starts and at least 200 strikeouts. That is exactly what the Cubs need. That, veteran, workhorse starter, high strikeout potential, superstar potential, right? Like has that one season where he had like a 2.2 ERA.
Mhm.
So like that is the type of thing that would just stabilize the rotation. That's like your John Lester signing. Every 5th day you have a damn good chance to win a ball game. And I think that
he
would
could
just
throw you a complete game. He could throw you a no-hitter or 15 punch outs. He has that talent. He has that in his arm.
And having another one of those guys in the rotation takes so much off of the bullpen usage too.
For sure.
So I think all across the board, it just makes too much sense not to do. And I hope the front office recognizes that. I think they do. I really do. I would be extremely disappointed if they come out of this offseason without signing one of those starters.
I would love to have Cease for sure. I just don't think that the Cubs are going to do it. He's a Boris guy, right?
He is a Boris guy.
He's a Boris guy.
And I think he's at a point. How did you say he was in the 31?
He's going to be 30 next year.
I think he's a guy that he sees this is his off season to get his contract.
Yeah, get the big one.
Because if it's not this year, next year is basically going to be a wash. It will be. And then he'll be entering his 32 season, which isn't old, but it's going to be one of those things where, you didn't really pitch in 27, and pitch much in 27. So, do you know what I'm saying? So he's looking at this opportunity right now to make his money and get his guaranteed money and everything like that. And
that's just not the Cubs.
You're right. It's not in the Cubs. It's not the Cubs thing to do.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
Beyond stupid. It's frustrating because the position that the Cubs are in, they should be wanting to win all the time now. It should be win now, win now. Think about 20, 30 later. Don't be so focused on the future. If you're not winning now, why does the future even really matter?
For sure. It's more like you say it should be win now, win. It's more like save now, save now, save now.
That's how it feels every year.
Keep stacking up the money. We're going to be our fan base is going to be bragging about how much our owner. We've got $20 million in our savings account. So
these little moves, that work out, like Boyd and Ray and everything, they just play into the hands of ownership to be like, well, we did this.
They work out to an extent. You're right. They work out to an extent, and it makes it look like, well, see, we're smart. We know what we're doing, but they only work out. It's like they work out just so much.
Patchwork. Yeah. It just feels like it's just you want that sure thing this offseason. That's what I want at least.
Which, hey, Speaking of, you talk about additions and our guy Darren here, I wanted because not only obviously we've been talking about the starters, but the bullpen as well. We talked about that in the pre-show.
It's bad.
What do you think about the bullpen?
I don't know what they're gonna do. Because Valencia is what you have right now.
They're gonna be in the mid to low range of that bullpen market, probably sign 2 or 3 arms, and then look for those bargain bin options.
Will they get a high leverage guy at all, like a Devin Williams?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't see him maybe having a little reunion with his old manager and Craig Counsell.
Possible, but he's gonna be too expensive for their. He's too rich for their blood.
I'm gonna be honest. He didn't show me enough with the Yankees, and I get it. Going to New York, every every relief pitcher's season it's different. Like I can't judge a relief pitcher on that on one season, on 1 month, anything like that. But I don't know. He didn't. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass, but he just. I mean, I am, but I didn't see a whole lot with Devin Williams this last season with New York.
He struggled in New York. He really did. So maybe that lowers his price a little bit. But do you think Kenley Jansen's old enough for the Cubs now to be like?
Well, okay.
Oh,
you say Kenley Jansen. I've got a guy. What about this guy? I didn't realize he was a free agent until just a few weeks ago. He throws a cutter like Kenley Jansen, and I thought he was going to be a Emmanuel Clase 2.0, not the gambling part, not that part, not the one behind bars. What about Camilo Duvall?
He's a free agent? What?
Okay, let me just double check.
I didn't know he was a free agent.
Is he a free agent?
If he is, that would be, yeah, I would love that. No, I don't think he is. Listen, I honestly wouldn't hate Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I think they're targeting is.
I mean, he had a 2.59 ERA through 60 innings last year.
I mean, he's still got a lot in the tank. It's just he's old.
Oh, wait a minute. So the Yankees have until 7 p.m. Central Time on Friday to decide what to do as far as with if I'm reading this right.
I know we talked about it off air, but Michael Kopech would be another.
Yes, that would be a good one too.
Yeah, that'd be fun to get him in the pitching lab, the Cubs pitching lab.
I think Kyle Finnegan would be a guy that makes sense.
Do you think they'll bring back anyone like Pomeranz?
I think the main one you should be bringing back is Brad Keller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main priority. The
Gosh,
problem
he's gonna earn himself a big. I mean, there's guys that have been saying 3 years, 45 minutes. Somebody had predicted I don't know if the Cubs would do. Okay, yeah, I don't know if they would do that or not. But yeah, as far as Doval, basically he's eligible for his second year of arbitration. Doval, he will command a significant raise over $4.2 million between the Giants and the Yankees. Basically, they have until 7 p.m. on Friday to decide whether he is worth keeping around. Boy, it'd be a real shame if they didn't. Because he's a guy, I would love in this rotation. I love in the bullpen, even though, he was an all-star with the Giants and then kind of last season wasn't so hot. But man, I feel like the pitching lab could do something with him.
Ryan Helsley could be a guy.
Yeah, he's another one nobody's talking about. I mean, granted, he sucked I think a lot of it was St. Louis was still in his veins, and that sucks. You know,
it's hard to get that away.
Is he able to pitch well in Chicago? Will that be too much against his DNA?
Yeah, that's true.
Know.
I mean,
Pete Fairbanks is another guy, but he could be a little expensive, maybe.
What about Kirby Yates?
I don't know. He's 39.
He
was hurt a lot last year.
They do have a thing though about getting these older guys.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying that's who I want. I'm saying that's who they're gonna try to get.
You're probably I could see I
could see Yates.
You hit the I think you just nailed it right there, Nick. I think you got it. Yeah, but
Kopech seems like that dude. Like that's
Kopech.
Who they're all in.
I would be very happy.
I wouldn't be mad.
I would not be upset with Kopech at all.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Ben Brown will be a main bullpen arm this year.
You had to bring him up, didn't you?
Had to ruin your day.
I'll pull it up real quick.
I'm not going to ever forget for the rest of my life that Ben Brown made the playoff roster over Javier Assad. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's always going to bother me. That was the one thing that I really hated, and it's still eating at me to this day.
Here's another reason I think they're gonna sign a starter. So like I said, the payroll, they have the flexibility right now, right? Like you're $55 million below the CBT threshold, which is like the de facto salary cap for the Cubs in recent years, self-imposed. Getting a guy who can stabilize the rotation and then signing him to multiple years, I think would be advantageous because for one, you have 4 starters playing on 1-year contracts. So it would just, bring another dude with you past the lockout, along with Cade Horton and Justin Steele, right? Because Tyone, Matthew Boyd, Shota, and Colin Ray will probably all be gone. Maybe not Colin Ray because they gave him a club option. They restructured his contract. But the other part of this is like, okay, the going theory is that teams are going to be like wanting to save money going into the lockout, right? The Cubs have, from just some quick math that I did, at least $112 million coming off of the payroll after the 2026 season. That is significant. Now we're going to have to like parse all this out a year from now because we don't know who's going to be coming back out of those guys that are set to be free agents. Like Nico Horner could be a guy that they extend, but I think there's a couple of guys on there who are probably pretty good candidates to just be gone off the team after next year, which is like Matthew Boyd. Ian Happ is one of them. Potentially Seiya Suzuki. The Cubs are shedding so much money off the books that they should be in a good position with $112 million coming off the books to save their money for the lockout, the dreaded lockout. But yeah, I think that just makes too much sense to not sign a starting pitcher to bring another one of those guys on the other end,
So basically, what you're telling us is after the lockout's complete, most of our team's going to be gone. We're going to have so much money saved up, and that's going to be it. And we're going to have a team full of young guys. Yeah.
But we'll have Dylan Cease.
But we'll have Dylan Cease. Oh, great. Oh,
and then we could sign a free agent at the end. I don't know. Yeah. As far as this year, I feel like that's what's going to, starting pitching, bullpen, offense, we talked about it off camera, but like, I feel like they're not adding anything other than bench guys.
I feel like it's going to be a very similar team to last year, minus Kyle Tucker and Justin Turner and Carlos Santana.
Yeah,
I think I saw a lot of outlets.
And
a
John
lot
Birdie.
of outlets are predicting Seiya to be traded. I don't think you trade Seiya Suzuki.
No, I don't think you trade.
Especially if you're not adding any other big bats, unless they're going to just shock the crap out of all of us and actually spend money and get some big free agent bat like an Alonso or something. But that ain't happening. I just don't see a world where they get rid of Seiya Suzuki. No shot.
No,
yeah, I don't think so either. I think the plan is roll back with the same team, and then instead of Kyle Tucker, Owen Casey will either DH or start in right field. I would probably just start him in right field.
And then when we all get pissed off, when we get pissed off at the results throughout the season, all throughout the season, they're going to jingle the 2016 10-year anniversary. And hey, Kyle Hendricks is coming to the field next week. And hey, Anthony Rizzo is going to be showing up. And hey, John Lester. And hey, Jake Arrieta. And hey, Ben Zobrist. And hey, all of them. That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
We are going to get beat over the head with it's been 10 years since 2016. I that hadn't even occurred to me until I saw the Cubs convention webpage. It's like it's the 10-year anniversary of the
and did you see the price? Did you see the price of the ticket?
It wasn't $125 for a weekend pass. I was expecting it to be more, honestly. Was it less last year? I don't know.
I remember last year after buying the ticket and walking in, it was just like, why didn't we even buy a ticket? Because and I'm not vouching for anybody to do this, but nobody checked us for our ticket, and most of the time we all just hung out in the lobby, and you'd walk in here and there, and we all sweat our asses off, and and I feel like this year's going to be double the crowd because of who all's going to be there and everything. It's
So Tyler's super excited about CubsCon.
Yay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going this
Yeah,
year.
the off season. I'm just not holding my breath. Honestly, that's just how I feel with this off season for sure. Right. I agree with you, Tyler. I think they're going to use a lot of nostalgia against
They
us,
are.
try to minimize it. Honestly, saying Casey over Tucker, so you're going to just expect that production that you got from Tucker from Casey. That's just what you're going in, and that's just what you're putting on this young guy's shoulders. Is you are now filling the hole of Kyle Tucker. That's
They're gonna look at. I'm telling you, they're gonna look at PCA season from last year. They're gonna look at Saya and be like, "See, look how well they did. 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, 30 doubles. Look at Saya, 30 home runs. What did he have? 100 RBIs
they played out of their minds. Well, I said
because of who else was in the
lineup.
lineup." And you, but I think, yeah, what you just said, Nick, they are going to look at Owen Casey and say, well, if we can at least get 20 home runs and all this, all these other guys are. Hap's going to get his 20 home runs. Dansby's probably going to get close to 20 home runs. Matthew Shaw's going to have a better season than last year, right? Nico's going to be Nico. Hey, Michael Bush had 30 home runs, and yeah, I think they're just doing the whole. Everybody's going to get their numbers, and somehow it's going to all figure itself out. And I'm not saying, hey, we got to have Kyle Tucker back. But I feel like next season, when they bring this similar team back that it sounds like we are talking ourselves into, I think we're going to see that the absence of Kyle Tucker hurts. Even though
I do.
the second half of the season, watching all that, it was just like, man,
I did not like him. Yeah.
I got a bad taste in my mouth, and maybe it wasn't all his fault, but
he still took a. So even when he was hurt, he still got on base a ton.
He still got on base. Yeah. I mean, he just seemed like a guy, at least in the second half, that when I saw that, I was like, this offseason, it would not shock me if he went to a team like, and he's a good player, but is he a guy? Is he the superstar? I feel like he's a guy that would sign with LA this offseason so that he could hide in the lineup.
I mean, it's either going to be LA or the Yankees.
Or the Yankees. He can
maybe the Phillies.
He can set up Aaron Judge, or maybe I've even heard Toronto, but I think Toronto's still got to get Bo Bichette figured out first, and then maybe Kyle Tucker. But
yeah, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I would prefer if they just signed Schwarber or Cody Bellinger, and at least did something to address the massive amount of WAR that is going to be dropping off with Kyle Tucker leaving.
But they're just not gonna.
Yeah, they're just not going to. Again, if I was controlling this team in franchise mode of MLB The Show, I would sign Kyle Tucker, or maybe not Tucker, Schwarber. Probably be my priority.
You'd sign Schwarber, and you'd bang out. You'd do the whole like follow the one player, and you would follow his ABs the whole time and hit like 80 home runs.
Exactly.
When you're MVP, and I got you, man. I got you.
Doomsday scenarios if Kyle Schwarber signs with the Reds.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
I've heard that.
Cincinnati wouldn't dare. But could you imagine Schwarber in that ballpark?
He would hit 65 home runs.
Yeah.
with Ellie swiping 1 million bags. Ugh, scary thoughts.
Scary. What about this idea? Our guy Darren, I know it's not happening, but if we could bring back Belly and get Hap to opt out of his no trade, it would make for a ton of lineup options.
You really would.
I mean, you wouldn't even have to do that. You could just sign Belly and keep Hap. Just have Belly play right field full time, have Suzuki DH, and I don't know, keep Casey in AAA until somebody gets hurt.
Yeah. Wouldn't hate it.
I don't know. I'm just hoping Owen Casey turns into something. We need just something out of him this year. It sucks. It sucks for him, honestly. That's the worst part about this, right? Is because even if the team is not telling him, we're expecting you to be Kyle Tucker this year, that's who he's going to be
Oh,
compared
that's
to.
on. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
for sure.
You know,
straight on
just
his
by
shoulders.
default, which
Yeah.
sucks for him, because it just puts a ton of more pressure unnecessarily on his shoulders for,
It's
his
just bad practice as an organization with this much money and this type of a market, and you could just talk about it till you're blue in the face, but it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It really does. And I hope this offseason doesn't. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope I look back at this episode and go,
I'm gonna say it right now, you're gonna be proven wrong on the starting pitching.
there you go,
They
Rich.
will sign. They will
Calling the big
sign
one.
one of the good starting pitchers, and it
One of the
won't be
big
like
fish.
a Hauser or something like that.
Okay.
It'll be
Rich,
one of the.
I hope
one of the
I
good
hope you're
ones.
right, Rich.
I hope you're right,
Yeah.
Rich.
I
I'm
really
making
do.
this. I'm going out on a limb here, fellas.
I like it. No, positivity is great. That's awesome. But outside of free agency, we did have some other news. We get early baseball this year with the World Baseball Classic, which I love, which all baseball fans love. And we found out that PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, is going to be out there flying all over the place, just making magic happen. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited to just see him, showcase his talent on that stage. What are your guys' thoughts just quickly overall on it?
That team is stacked.
Yeah.
You've got Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt Jr., Cal Raleigh, PCA. You got Paul Skeens pitching. You got Corbin Carroll. The outfield alone in PCA, Corbin Carroll, Aaron Judge. Could you imagine if that was the Cubs outfield?
Disgusting.
That would be nuts.
It's gross.
That was
I'm just excited that he's going to be able to play with those guys. I think that's really cool, and probably it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for him to learn from guys like Aaron Judge, who, when Anthony Rizzo talks about Judge, he's just locked in at all times.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool for him to just experience that.
He's going to get to be around David Ross and Mark DeRosa as
David
well.
Ross is going to be there.
He's the bullpen coach.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Which he's a guy that I was really hoping that he was going to get the Braves job, David Ross. And Mark DeRosa is a guy that I hope, I'd love to see get a job too. But after the Braves got their guy, and then did San Diego had they pick up? Did they get a manager yet?
I want to say yes, but
other than those two teams, I don't want to see DeRosa or Ross go to like a Colorado Rockies or anything like that.
Or the Twins.
True.
Or the Twins. Oh yeah, for sure. But Nick, you brought up you kind of asked, you brought it up. I can kind of make it a question, but you don't think he could be the only guy on Team USA, do you?
No, I don't. I think there's another guy that could be on Team USA. Any guesses?
Oh, I know you're going to say
John
Nico
Birdie.
Horner. I think Nico Horner could be on Team USA. I think he can make team. I think he'd be a big impact. If you have like a team of Nico Horners, just guys that just go out there and play ball.
I mean, what other options? I'm trying to think of other American second baseman.
You could do Mookie Betts, but I mean,
I don't know if he does it coming off.
I'd rather see Horner out there. And
I'd rather see Horner.
Biased as a Cubs fan. That's me as a baseball fan. I would rather see Nico Horner, who plays baseball the way that it should be played. Just go out.
I honestly did not think of Mookie at all. But yeah, as far as their options, I can't think of really anybody else for second base that.
With the tie with David Ross, he's seen Nico Horner.
That'd be awesome.
He in DeRosa's ear, like, hey, you need this guy.
That would be so dope if Horner and PCA made the team. I mean, him and Bobby Witt up the middle and PCA, like,
so cool.
Nothing's
just
getting bad.
Yeah, because I remember. So Bobby Witt's rookie year is watching Bobby Witt. That's who I wanted because Nico was still playing short, and I was like, I want Nico to be Bobby Witt so bad. I was like, if Nico had the power that if Nico had power, he would be Bobby Witt. He would be Bobby Witt Jr.
You would.
Yeah, that would be have Bobby Witt and Nico, and then maybe they talk about, man, we have so much fun over at Wrigley Field. You should come join us. And then like he tries to like convince the Kansas City Royals to trade him or something like that. Or I don't know. I'm just you never know.
You just want a superstar.
Yeah, I do. Did Shohei? I mean, like Shohei automatically is playing for Japan, right? Like Japan probably they probably make you will play.
You're gonna play for Japan.
We let you go over to America and play for the MLB. You are playing for us.
It was part of his posting agreement.
Yeah.
For as long as you're playing baseball, you're automatically on the World Baseball roster.
I mean, I do know, like I know Schwarber played. I want to say Schwarber played for Team USA the last time they had it. And I know Mike Trout, but Schwarber would be an option that'd be cool to have on there. I know he's a former Cub. I can't think who else. Is there anybody else is there anybody maybe even non-Cub related that you want to see on Team USA?
I don't know. They already got a lot of good ones. Like Cal Raleigh getting on there is really cool. I wouldn't think of maybe like Bregman or something.
Bregman would be a good one. I don't know if he's I
think they need a third baseman, right?
They do need a third baseman. Is Bryce Harper's already on the team, right?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. There was talks about him playing first base, and I don't remember if
he is or not.
If he is or not.
They don't have a first baseman, right? What if they fuck around and put Michael Busch on there?
That would be awesome. Michael Busch would be a good one. I wouldn't mind seeing Mike Trout again just because of that matchup from a few years ago. I mean, now the matchup everybody's going to want to see is Shohei and Aaron Judge, right?
Yeah.
The two former MVPs back to back or, up against each other. That would be awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the new dream matchup. Now that Mike Trout's body is breaking down.
Even though I just want to see Mike Trout win something.
I know.
Yeah. That's true.
For sure. Yeah.
They need to just like convert Mike Trout to a first baseman like they did with Bryce Harper. Like just save that dude's legs. He can't play the outfield or just have him DH. Like
have him DH
getting him hurt.
Mike, we're about to see the Mark Trumbo version of Mike Trout where he just hits 40 tanks and that's about 230, but he doesn't care because he's hitting tanks.
I would just like to see his talent stop being wasted.
Yeah.
He was on track to be like one of the best baseball, like a top 10 player of all time. Maybe even better. And the Angels had to go and freaking ruin him.
They had to just angel it up.
What Angels do.
They do be doing shit like that.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. Very excited for.
And it'll be on Netflix too. It'll be easy to watch.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It will be easy to watch. No,
I think that's good for baseball. Getting the World Baseball Classic and the Home Run Derby in front of as many normies as possible. I think that's good.
For sure.
I agree.
For sure.
Moving on to I think one of our last topics, but yet the professor dismisses class. One of my personally one of my favorite Cubs players, just overall, Kyle Hendricks. He is retiring. Tyler mentioned it. You're going to see a lot of Wrigley stuff with him. They're gonna bring him back. They might have him on marquee. Who knows? I mean, he is an endless supply of awesome. I just love hearing him talking about pitching too, the way he talks about it. So that would be cool. But yeah, he's retiring. Fantastic career. What do you guys think about hearing he's retiring?
I mean, he was a guy that when he was on, he proved that you didn't have to have a 100 plus mile an hour fastball to get major league hitters out. And he did, especially in 2016. You can talk about his World Series run. Look at his whole playoff run that year. Just unhittable. Won the ERA title. I mean, hell, through the 81 pitch game against St. Louis. Just incredible to see between, him just basically throwing a fastball and a changeup. I know he had his curveball and everything like that, but I know they compare him all the time, but it was just like Greg Maddux was the epitome, the founder of, hey, the number one combo in baseball for pitchers, fastball changeup. And you saw what, and I'm not saying Kyle Hendricks is Greg Maddux, but Kyle Hendricks proved that, you don't have to have that 100+ mile an hour fastball to get guys out. And yeah, man, awesome career for a guy that he just so nice. I got to talk to him at my first Cubs convention. I got to ask him a question, and he joked about, because I asked him, I joked with him about Ian Happ earlier in the day, saying that, he plays boring golf. And Kyle Hendricks was like, well, boring golf is good golf. I was like, you're right. And I was like, almost as boring as an 81 pitch shutout against the St. Louis Cardinals. And he was like, yeah.
That's weird.
We had our moment, but
That's amazing.
Awesome.
But congratulations to Kyle, man.
Yeah.
I want to say he almost threw a no-hitter against the Cardinals too. There's somebody, oh my God, one of the many St. Louis Cardinals with a dumbass name, like hit a home run in the 9th inning with Kyle Hendricks had like a no-hitter going. I forgot his name. It was like Bruzelbacher or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Just going off of that, like not only did he succeed with that, control, command, and low velocity stuff, there's a good argument that he was one of the most consistent pitchers in baseball for like a period of 4 years, which is just super cool. And 2016, he was arguably the best pitcher, won the ERA title. So, yeah, honestly, I have dreams about watching that clincher game in 2016 in the NLCS against the Dodgers. That's just like one of the best games ever pitched, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Agreed. Lots of Kyle Hendricks memories. So it's going to be cool to see him contributing on marquee, hopefully soon.
Yeah. I joked with my buddy Steve. He's like the Clark Kent of baseball because he looks like a guy that does your taxes during the day and then, shoves on the mound at night.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Hendricks secretly had a day job his whole career.
Yeah. He was just
I needed a 401k on the side. Like,
I could see it.
I could totally see that. Yeah, no, congratulations, Kyle Hendricks, man. An awesome career.
Future Cubs Hall of Famer, I would say.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think, well, no, I was going to say they'll all go in together, but they'll split those up. They'll split all those 2016 guys up, but you can make a case for that three-headed monster and Jake Arrieta, John Lester, and Kyle Hendricks all going in together, but then they'll definitely split that up. But,
they'll split them, yeah.
But yeah, definitely a Cubs Hall of Famer. He was the longest tenured as far as the 2016 team. He was on the team the longest, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
11 seasons.
Quick question though. What, as far as when he was traded, who did the Cubs, what big player did the Cubs trade to the Rangers for Kyle Hendricks?
Oh, I know this. Nick, do you know it?
No.
You do too. Yes, you do.
It's Demp. Ryan Dempster.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 20. Was it
2012? I think I want to say 12 or 11.
Because Texas was coming off that. They were coming off their big World Series, back-to-back World Series. Had to get some pitching. Hey, let's get Dempster, and
I always thought that was such a cool connection of like the 2008 to like the Lou Piniella Cubs to like the next generation. Dempster leads to Kyle Hendricks. I caddied for
cool looking at
Ryan Dempster one time.
It'd be cool. Like we need to make like a plot graph or something as far as that kind of stuff.
The seven separate this
like you talking about Dempster, what Dempster led to, and who was it? Well, what the pitcher that got traded to Baltimore for Jake Arrieta and Pedro Strop?
Oh my God.
That same era.
Scott Feldman.
Scott Feldman.
Yeah.
There we go. That's just that's crazy stuff. And then Cashner, because Cashner was in that same thing, and it's just for what Rizzo, and that's cool. Be cool to be a cool little off-season thing to do. Just make a big plot graph of that.
How every member of the 2016 team came to
make like a Avengers, timeline type thing, and just do all the
phase 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Phase 2, cool. Jake Arrieta becomes God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Who else did the Cubs get?
Who else did the Cubs get in the Hendricks for Dempster? It was somebody else, but that was
Villanueva.
Okay. I say because I remember I was doing that as far as for when he retired, I was writing the article and I was trying. I couldn't remember who else it was, but yeah, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, congratulations to the professor.
Congratulations. Any final thoughts on this wonderful Cubs show?
We got to do your Santa Claus list, Nick.
Yes. Okay. So it is the off season, right? And we like to do all these predictions and everything like that. It's never too early to be making your Christmas list, guys, because hey, we're just 5 days away from it being a month away until Santa Claus comes. Okay. So hypothetical question for the two of you. You are writing your Christmas letter to Santa Ricketts. Okay. All right. And this is your Christmas list. Now be realistic because, mom and dad can't get you a freaking pony or a unicorn. Okay. So let's be a little realistic. You're writing your letter to Santa Ricketts. What is at the top of your list? You got it wrote out. Dear Mr. Tommy Ricketts, Merry Christmas from the Cubs on Tap. I would like, and bam. What is it for little tiny Tim? Tiny Tyler or whatever. What's at the top of y'all's list?
Kyle Schwarber. Yeah.
Ooh, this guy here says, or Darren says Scrooge Ricketts. So Kyle Schwarber. What about you, Rich?
Somebody's got to make some like AI pictures of Scrooge Ricketts.
Scrooge Ricketts.
I'll go with extending Nico Horner.
Oh.
Go with a little more realistic option that I think absolutely should just happen. Should have probably already happened. I want Nico Horner on my team I want him to be a career Cub. And I feel like he could do that.
Darren's comment. I wish for a new Santa.
Oh man, that's funny.
What would you write to Santa
top of my list? Well, we do say realistic, and I know I joke about Logan Webb, so I'll probably better not say Logan Webb. And I've got to be realistic because mom and dad didn't make as much this year, so my mom and dad are trying to break even. So
it's been hard.
You know what? Because we've talked about Dylan Cease, and I think, Rich, I'm on board with you. I think that's actually going to happen. So I don't think I have to write that list down. I've been seeing like the moves, like mom and dad have been putting a bunch of stuff up in the attic that look like a bike. So I'm not going to pick that. I'm going to say, and you know what? Maybe it's just a little stocking stuffer. Screw it. Give me Camilo Duvall.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
That'd be a nice little gift.
Yeah. Give me Camilo Duvall, and he turns into the Emmanuel Clase that was the relief pitcher of the year, and he doesn't decide to gamble on baseball. Which, not to get in a big thing about that, I think we're about to find out a lot of stuff about that. That's going to be pretty eye opening. Probably not surprising to a lot of people, but
Manuel
I
Claus
think-
is on the naughty list.
Yeah,
He's on
man,
naughty
Claus is
list.
on naughty
Oh, yeah.
list. Yeah,
He's in
is.
Christmas hell.
Yeah.
He's getting coal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be
he
sick
is.
though. Get a little heat at the back of the bullpen. Doval and Palencia. That'd be a sweet
I
1-2
like that.
punch.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope Santa Ricketts gets our letters and actually
Yep.
reads them, doesn't throw them away.
Doesn't just give him to his secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Give him the classic, the stamp return letter that we give everyone,
Make sure you send them a W flag sticker.
Yeah, and like we get the letter, and it's like, wait a minute, this looks an awful lot like my parents' handwriting. This isn't Santa Claus. Wait a minute. They spelt my name wrong.
Something funny going on here.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh man. Well, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting off season for sure. And we'll be back on here talking all things Cubs baseball and Cubs off season. But I do want to tell everyone where they can go check us out. Go to ontapsportsnet.com. Go check out what's on tap. We have Bears coverage, which has been a very fun season thus far, might I add. I have enjoyed it thoroughly being a Bears fan.
Hey, 7-3 is 7-3. However you do it.
7-3. I don't want to hear anything about it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna stay with this moment. We got Blackhawks coverage. Blackhawks are doing pretty well. Bulls coverage. Bulls are doing pretty well. And of course, we always will have it. They will always probably be an MLB team. Those Chicago White Sox. And word on the street is that they're fun bad. We'll see if they can avoid another 100-loss season this year. It's to be seen.
They're there too.
You don't know. They're there too. But go check us out on tapsportsnet.com. And you can also check out all of our podcasts over there as well. All the guys do a great job. Articles, any type of coverage, we got you covered. Boys, this has been fun tonight. What do you say we get out of here the only way that we know how here at Cubs on Tap?
It's been too long, but hey, if you look up towards Michigan to that one town, they're they're talking about what to do with Sonny Gray as far as getting rid of them or getting rid of him. And it just looks like it's not so sunny in St. Louis right now. And we love that over here. And it's just another reason why we say F the Cardinals.
F the Cardinals. F the
And
Brewers.
let's go Cubs.
Too.
Yeah, F the Brewers.
F the Brewers too. That's got to be incorporated. And let's go Cubbies.
I get it here.